On today. So actually, hold on. I can't do it for the analysis. Maybe a little later. I gotta play this for the analysis for now. Change it up later. Yeah. So let's take a look at the charts real quick. Okay. So you have a couple things here. Am I recording? No, I'm not. Now I am. All right. So starting off with the monthly. All right. So you have obviously a full month left. Basically, you have 27 days left. You've come down and you still have no top wick on the current monthly high. So what that means, or what that indicates, is that any given point this month, you gotta come up, create a top wick. All right, or you don't have to, but there's a very high chance that you will come up to create a top wick for the monthly, right? Because the way the monthly opened up was the first thing that was come down first, fill the range, and then from there on out, it just never came up and flipped bullish, right? There's obviously a slight chance that price could just continue to drop down, right? But there are some major levels here that price has to break. So I believe there will be a top wick, not just for necessarily a top wick, but really for liquidity too, right? Because as price comes up past 1940 or 1840 again, right? This is how it's gonna look. It's gonna be a bullish candle, obviously. It's gonna be a flip, right? And then once it actually breaks the lows again, it could continue to drive, but at least this time we'll have more liquidity to drop down, right? And if you look at the next support as well, or it's gonna be like somewhere down here probably, right? So you need a lot of liquidity to come down towards 1720. A lot of liquidity. There's a high chance if you are going to come down there, right? Not you, like, there's no guarantee you will, but if you are, right, you gotta come out to create a top wick at some given point. And there's a high chance that'll be within these areas here to the left, right? So 1880 or 1870, 1860, 1865, or 1840, in those ranges, I would expect. Now, it doesn't mean we go ahead and take buys today and we hold for buys for dear life, you know what I mean? It's just like we can still take sells today, we can still take buys today. This is just a monthly outlook on price, you know. It has nothing to do with our ranges today at all, right? But it's good to look at. It's good to keep an eye on throughout the month, just so you have an overall, I guess, like overall bias idea as to what price is doing for the monthly. Bro, it's hot. Hold on, let me just turn. Oh man. But yeah, that's the weekly now. Sorry, that's the monthly. Now you drop down to the weekly here. You're gonna notice that the weekly close, I would say, like, let's see. I guess you can say it closed below here for the weekly. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Right around here. Right, I'm basing it off of basically just these areas to the left here. I'm basing it off of this closure right here, right on price. This closure right here on price. Closure right here, right? So like you have some decent closures here. This doesn't respect, obviously this doesn't respect. Or maybe you can just move it up as well, just to match both areas too. That's not too bad of an idea as well, right? But overall, like you can see, like it's a pretty like decent zone here within these ranges here. And you close below looking left here, and you did come down to fill the range, right? Looking left, you just mirror discount to the left. Now I would like to believe that you should re-break the lows because you need ground liquidity. Even if price were to drop up, right? Every time that price actually drove up from here on out, it came down towards here first, right? So you're gonna see, like right here, like every time that price actually drove up and reversed from within these areas here, even further left here, it at least came down past 18 what level was that? That is 1809, I think. Yeah, like 1809, 1807, right? Like you see this right here, right? Last time price just reversed in any given area. It came down to here first, filled the ranges, right? Filled the ranges. So I would assume that the weekly will break the lows before making that move up if it wants to make that move up, right? Because again, there's no guarantee if a price making that move up. You only have 2.5 days left in this week, and then you're donezo, right? So can you come down, tap 1809 before making that move up to retest the highs at any given point, right? Could that be today? We'll see. I guess we'll come down to the daily. We'll see what's going on, right? So dropping down to the daily here. Daily shows that same shit. We closed bearish yesterday. You closed, like, I guess you can say bearish below here, and you drove down, and you didn't really fill the range yesterday. You kind of came down to fill like 1815. The overall range takes you down towards 1809. So again, any given point today, what can happen since you still have a bearish candle is this can happen, where you come down, you open up here on the daily, right? You come down like so, you break the lows, you fill the range, and then once you fill the range, you start to flip bullish, right? So you start to flip bullish, and this is how the count could end up today. It can close doji, could close bullish, who knows, right? But overall, I would like to believe that you'll at least tap 1809 before making any other decision on where price wants to go next, right? 1809 is a pretty good decision level. Now, this is just the daily, right? So like obviously you have about eight and a half hours left. You don't even you just had NY open just now 2 minutes ago. You have the NYC open in about an hour, basically an hour and a half, and things should pick up. And you also have news today at 10 a.m. as well. So a lot of things could come into factor here on price. There's a slight possibility we could get a trade after 10 today. I'll be here until after 10 probably, just because you have a folder ISM services PMI at 10. So after 10, you likely will get your direction on price. After 8:15, the news here, you may get a slight direction. Maybe you might get to drive down to 1809. Again, I don't know what's going on. We'll see what price does, and we'll look to grab a piece afterwards, right? But be on a lookout for around like 8:30 to like 10 today. Like that, those you should be locked in during those times, and then after 10, obviously. So if that's what we could be expecting off the daily to tap into 1809 before making that move up, or just tapping 1809 in general to grab liquidity. How could you come down there? And if you come down there, where could your entry be for buys or for sells, right? So let's go ahead and mark up our overall levels here. So in this case, I think I'm using a 15-minute candle here, since like you have a 15 closure in about or you have news here. And I think I'm gonna play the smaller time frame ranges today instead of the higher time frame, because we may get pushes beforehand. So let's go ahead and put this up. We only have about like, oh wait, yeah, today you have comics open right after the news too, because you have 8:15 news and then you have comics open like 5 minutes afterwards. So that's perfect. That's actually perfect. Let's see, this is your support level on price here. Right, so support be supporting. Support be supporting. This is a pretty round area. What is this? This is resistance on price. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and just remove that for now. Let's just worry about this. Draw my support levels right around here to the left. Resistance could be around here, I guess. Say so. Well, not really. I gotta move that up a little bit. Let's see. So where I put it, right there on 15. Yeah, this is probably just an overall zone here, to be honest. Resistance over there, and then you have resistance over here on price. Move it up a little bit. Right there should be ideal. All right, so that's the range we're in. You probably move it up further towards here. That's your overall resistance, right? No, it's gonna be above here actually. 46 should be your overall resistance, right? Nope, that is not it. Oh, actually, yeah, it could be actually right around here. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and just put this up here for now. This, again, chat, there's no buys, there's no sells within these areas that I have here, so hence why like, I'm not. It's just like kind of just, it's just an overall zone just to identify that we're in a range. It's not like our entry levels, right? We'll mark up our entry levels in a second here, but I think there's a resistance right around here too. What is this? This is 1829.598 here. So 29.598 is what? Not bad, not bad, not bad. That's decent for now. Probably don't need this level for now then. Or, well, you know, we'll put that up there just to have it. Okay, cool. So, okay, now you have the overall zones, overall levels here on price. So, if price were to drive down today to retest the lows, I mean, you did come down already. You retest the lows here. Price didn't break. Started to reject. So there could be a possibility you could get a mirror of this push to the left here up towards 1829 here. So is there a possibility you can come down for a bond wick before making that move up? There is a possibility, and that possibility is within 1821 levels here. So let's drop down to the 5 and see what's cooking over there. That is one nasty range. Wow. Okay. 15 time frame. Okay, so it looks like this 15 closed bearish. Didn't really respect support. If you respect the support, I would say, okay, well, cool. You know, any given point, you can just come down, tap 921, and then flip bullish. But these candles are closing pretty decently bearish here, creating highs too. So lower highs, and then the break of highs, then down, break of highs, then down, right? So you're gonna fill this range here, probably towards like 21 any second now. After you fill that range there, what could possibly happen is, could that just be a 1 hour bottom wick, because the 1 hour doesn't have a bottom wick. Preferably, if we can just form a bottom wick and then break the previous candle low as well and then flip bullish, that'd be great. Because if you flip bullish today on price in the 1 hour, you can get this move up, right? So 21 might be a wick area for potential entries, but ideally the flip right here would be more ideal. You can take the flip up to fill the range, because if you flip up after breaking all those lows there, that's like a very high chance you're gonna come up to fill that range and tap into 1830. So that can happen at any given point once you actually do break the lows. The only thing is news, right? So we won't be getting a trade until after news, high likely, but we can watch price and anticipate what it does prior to news here, until 8:30 comes. Or you know what? Maybe you did close respecting. I can't tell. I can't. Okay, the thing is, it close respected. You could say close respected, but like overall, with the way the accounts formed when it respected, we're just like showing that there's bearish momentum to come down towards 21 here. So like any given point, you can easily just break through 21, right? You might not even reject that 21 for all I know. So yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll wait for news here. If we end up tapping like 21 and then we flip bullish on the 1 hour time frame, we can take a buy stop right after news at 8:20, 8 like 17, whatever time it is, right? That won't be too bad of an idea. Because the 30 minute did respect the resistance here, right? Like this is respecting here, and since you're respecting at any given point, you can just drip down, create a bottom wick, and then flip bullish, and then drive up towards 1830. Worst case, you don't. You have this flip here. You have this range fill, 20 pips plus the rest as your overall TP. So that's not too bad of an idea. And then obviously for sells, again, like this is just a small time for ranges, right? Like we're deciding to play a small time for ranges. If we decide to play a higher time for ranges, then again, I'm waiting for 1809 to get tapped before taking buys, right? Which is going to be down here within these ranges here. Let's see where it is exactly real quick. I should be in the zone here. Yeah, 1807, 1809 in that zone there, right? Ideally. But that's kind of far from now, right? Like that's like more of the higher time frame ranges. Right now we're looking to play the small time frame ranges because these ranges aren't bad. Like these ranges are not bad at all. It's like a 50 pip range just to fill that range there. You can definitely take advantage of it. So yeah, in terms of buys, we could get some potential buys at 21, and then for some sells, you need to rip up first, right? Because you need to grab liquidity. So I'll say sells for me would ideally be preferred, probably like above like. It's actually like gonna be like around like probably like around 1833, 1834 here, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 4 breaker to highs. The 4 has no bottom wick yet, so any given point this 4 can just rip down, which is great. Right, you barely have a bottom wick there, and you're still below these zones. You can kind of see to the left here that like this is still being respected, right, on price. And this is your support. So you're still in this range here. Any given point, you can break the highs, this high up here, these highs up here, and then from there on out, just start to reject on price to rip back down to the bottom of the range. So we can get buys then sells, or we can get just wait for the sells down, right? If we can look for whatever today. It doesn't really matter. It just comes down to what comes first here now. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. But 33 is a pretty decent level, and then obviously 1809 is a pretty decent level. 1807, my bad. And then these are just like smaller time for entry levels that I have here marked up. All right. But yeah, man, that's kind of what I got going on today, chat. So I guess we'll wait for price to do that, and then we'll look to grab a piece of it afterwards. Okay. You have about 4 minutes left for news here, so lock it in, see what price does, and then maybe like around like right after news might get a trade, or maybe like 820 comics open might get a trade. We'll see what happens here. Okay. But those are my levels that I kind of got going on today on price, which I may adjust during the session, right? Nothing is wrong with that. I do it all the time. So these are just the levels for now that I have. $37, huh? Interesting. If you tap 37, I mean, off rip, probably look for something. 37, where is that, up here? That's not too bad. This range should get filled though. I mean, this 5 is closing. Oh no, that 5 closed bearish. I lied. Interesting. Here's the thing. This is a 5-minute range, right? If you decide to close bullish, let's say above this area here on price, 1825.961, the next count comes down, breaks the lows, taps like 21, or look for buys potentially at 21. But you have to close respecting 25.954 first for me to actually take those buys going up. But if you do close above, you should be good to rip up towards like 29, towards this area here. So let's see if we can close above first, and then we'll wait for a bottom wick, and then we'll have a buy at like 21 up to 30. So that's the 1 hour bottom wick, right? Keep that in mind. Remember that? We're cycling back to that idea. Or it might be a flip entry. We'll see. Wick entry or flip entry. It doesn't matter, right? Both will be fine. It comes down to what price prints first here, right? Could be a top wick first, could be a bottom wick first. News should be pretty decent though. Got my coffee day too, so my coffee we're lit. $19.45 after news? Damn. Oh, 1845. Okay. I see. Yeah, we could get that. I wouldn't mind. $19.45. I'm like, damn. That's a little far. Oh, they're expecting bad numbers too. Interesting. So couldn't go up. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Okay, cool. So you feel that range there. No bottom wick, but you still feel the range there on 30 on the 1 hour, I guess. Cool. All right. Well, now can you drive up towards 30? What level did I have? 37 it was, right? You can possibly take some sells at 37 areas, which is going to be right around here. 35, 30, like 36, 37. I believe those there. Let me just check again real quick, but it should be around those areas for potential sells. Because the first thing that was rip up first, right? So, and you're expecting this 4 count to create a bottom wick before driving up. Yeah, so possibly like 43, 45 in those ranges there. And our stops would probably be, let's see. 51. Let's see if we can rip up there. So you feel that range on price. I couldn't take the buys there. There was news in the way, right? Like if there wasn't news, maybe, but like I wanted to break our lowest 1 first, right? And then I wanted these to play out. So definitely not a trade for me to take at all. But if you tap 37 now, that'll be perfect. Comex open here too, so you should continue to push up towards the 1837 minimum. Damn. We'll see. 37.14 areas. We're almost there. We're like, well, not really. We're like 80 pips away realistically. Kind of far.